And then all these years, I was thinking, well, there's no way he's really singing this. So he's got to be singing, God-given eyes, and just in his very sort of British sort of accent or
Gotcha.
whatever, and kind of like, he was
Oh,
saying, singing
I
eyes.
know what part you're
And
talking.
because I said to myself, because I could, if I'm not, if I thought the other way, he could be singing, God-given ass.
Yeah.
And so as the lyric thing is, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
God-given ass. God gave him his ass. It's
I
like,
gave
wow.
everyone their ass.
And he was the
Thank you,
Nats.
God, for my ass.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to that episode of Into the Music. My name is Greg, and that guy is Chris. And Chris, why don't you tell everyone what we have in store for them today?
Okay, we've got yet the next song in our David Bowie review for the album The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and The Spiders from Mars. So this song, this is a big one. This is the title track. So this is Ziggy Stardust. I know you know this, but you're going to listen to it on headphones. You're going to listen deeply, and you're going to come back with some big insights.
That's a lot of stuff that I got to do.
And that's in order.
Yeah. You know what you can do with that order. No, okay. I'm going to go and check it out and come on back.
Ziggy played guitar, jamming good with Weird and Gilly and the Spiders from Mars. He played it left hand, but made it too far. Became the special man, then we were Ziggy's band. Ziggy really sang, screwed up eyes and screwed down hairdo, like some cat from Japan. He could lick 'em by smiling, he could leave them to hang. They came on so loaded, man, well hung in snow white tan. So where were the spiders while the fly tried to break our bones? Well, just the fear like to guide us. So we fixed about his fans and should we cross his sweet hands. Ziggy played for time, jiving us that we were voodoo. The kids were just crass. He was the Naz with God-given ass. He took it all too far, but boy, could he play guitar. Making love with his ego, Ziggy sucked up into his mind, like a leper messiah. When the kids had killed a man, I had to break out the band. Oh yeah. Ziggy played guitar.
Just a classic. Nothing else to be said. Let's go talk with Chris. Hey, I'm back.
I know you heard this before, so I never talked to you ever about this song if you like it or not. I'm assuming you like it.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know of any real Bowie fans who say, yeah, Ziggy Stardust, that song.
So what's great about this song, especially for tonight, as we sit down and talk about this, is it is one of those songs I've heard over and
Over
over
and over and over.
and over.
Ad nauseum. Yeah.
No, see, that's the thing. There's something about this song. I guess maybe, compared to some other classic rock songs, Free Bird or, Van Halen, Jump, whatever. I don't know. It's like, oh my God, you want to jump out of a building. But with this song, maybe it's not played as much as some other classic rock songs, but
That's why they call it Jump.
but this one, it's like it's a fresh listen almost every time. And there's certain parts of the song that it's like visiting an old friend. And I just, I can't wait to meet that old friend. I guess the song itself, but even like parts of the song. It's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, yeah, good. You still sound as fresh as ever. That's so cool, man. And there were some parts of the song that I can't wait to meet again. So, and that's how this was. It just was like that. And I think it's always going to be like that. And
Yeah.
uh,
I hear you.
just bow down to to Bowie, I guess, just to be like, yeah, I'll be like, you created an amazing song, timeless. It's timeless,
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Who do you think it's? I mean, I guess we've talked about that. Who Ziggy Stardust is supposed to be, and so on. Who's a model? Who the character's modeled after, and so on. So, what I found out while I was looking it up in preparation for this was that well, some contributor to Genius Lyrics said that this song is from the perspective of the band, the Spiders from Mars, and shows animosity that arises between Ziggy and the group. So I'm looking at the lyrics, and it did say that, let's see, he became the special man, then we were Ziggy's band. So it kind of sounds like, oh, he was, they pick somebody out and then it's, so-and-so and and then the back of the band's name.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not sure about that.
Well, how about this line? When the kids killed the man, I had to break up the band.
Well, I don't know when the kids killed the man. I don't know what is that like. They just destroyed him because he was such a good star, like that.
Yeah.
The fans, I mean.
Okay. So those are the fans that when he says the kids.
I'm looking for it now.
Because I have a
when
question.
The kids had killed the man. Making love with his ego, Ziggy sucked up into his mind, like a leper messiah.
Yeah.
When the kids had killed the man, I had to break up the band. So, I don't know. Well, we could talk about this also in the next couple of songs on this album, because they relates to this somewhat.
Take it back a little bit too. Go up a little bit in the lyrics where it says, "So where were the spiders when the fly tried to break our balls?"
Right.
What is that? What does that mean? What is that referring to?
I don't know.
These are the lines that I just kind of, it's
one
of
those.
Know.
This, I was thinking when I was looking at this stuff, when I was looking deeper into this stuff, you can really go down a rabbit hole with this because there's different explanations for different parts of songs. There's different explanations for the songs. Some of them fit in real nicely into the overall theme. Some of them are kind of pushed, it's kind of a stretch, but it's just, you look at it as a looser theme, right? So it's really hard to, at least for me, to isolate any particular lyrics and say, yeah, this indicates this particular thing. I think you'll see on one of the subsequent tracks that we do that with the explanation there how mind-blowing it can get as far as the interpretation of this and the meaning and so on. But I think when you do a concept album, because it's music, and it's not like you're writing it's not like you're writing a saga of novels or something, right? Where you can explain everything. It's songs with lyrics. How specific can lyrics get when you think about it, right? And at the same time be things that are open. You want to keep open for interpretation somewhat for the listener, right? So really, there's only so many words you have to use per song. So to get that to stick within a strict theme, that's got to be really hard to do. There's a certain vagueness built in, that like a necessary vagueness that has to be there, which
Yeah, I
makes it
mean,
difficult for us to interpret it.
yeah, because I mean, when you learn about something, right? I mean, how do you learn about it? You give context. You know,
Yeah,
certain
and you need a
place,
lot of words
time.
to explain the concept
Yeah,
and the, and and the
yeah,
context.
yeah. So, but that's the thing. I mean, lyric writing is like it's similar to poetry in that way. Um, it's just that because you're writing lyrics to a lot of times I think, right, a lot of artists, and well, what comes first, the music or the lyrics? And I think with it's a mix. Although I would think that I think that for a lot more bands and artists, it's the sound that comes first.
Yeah,
From
me
what I've
too.
just kind of just my own experiences too, and then you take and then whatever comes to mind, you fit that to this song, uh, this melody
Hmm.
that you're cooking up. And so, and I think that's where it gets tricky, So as you're trying to fit it to a certain beat, like that melody, um, something could get gained, but something could be also be lost too, as you're trying to. And what I mean by that is like, you really trim, and it's really like, you only have a certain amount of space, whatever,
Yeah, you got to
within
be
that
real
song to
economical with
really
this.
kind of
Yeah,
say what you got to say.
right.
And, because you don't want to be wordy, because then it's going to be like, it's going to probably kill the song and all like that. So yeah, I mean, writing lyrics, man, that like that's got to be so much more challenging than just writing a poem, I think. In fact, I've done both, and lyric writing is just, it's crazy. But anyway, um, but I mean, he's got some, this song is like one of those where I've heard it a lot of times, and a lot of the lyrics are like catchphrases, sort of catch lines in my head,
Mhm.
like almost very abstract, you know, like certain words, and then
Right,
almost
right.
like for some reason my attention kind of went into the bass part that was while he's singing that, whatever, and then all of a sudden he sings this other line that now I'm paying attention more to that. It's kind of like, and they're the same ones over and over and over. So this time around, I'm really sitting, really trying to listen to the whole damn song from beginning to end,
Mhm.
every word. And that's the thing. Like I was writing it down again. Like, so where were the spiders when the fly tried to break our balls? Yeah, it's just that's like a great, that's a great line.
Yeah, whether you can interpret what it
Or
really means
not,
or not,
just
right? Yeah.
just
Well,
those
that's the
words.
thing with lyrics too. Same as with poetry. Sometimes, and we were talking about that recently on some video. We were like, we couldn't explain really what the lyrics meant, but
Yeah.
somehow we appreciated just the words they used and the overall sound of the words.
And then all these years, I was thinking, well, there's no way he's really singing this. So he's got to be singing, God-given eyes, and just in his very sort of British sort of accent, or
God given
whatever,
that?
or and kind of like, he was
Oh,
saying, singing
I
eyes.
know what part you're
And
talking.
because I said to myself, because I could, if I'm not, if I thought the other way, he could be singing, God-given ass.
Yeah,
And so as the lyric thing is, I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
God-given ass. God gave him his ass. It's
I
like,
gave
wow.
everyone their ass.
And he was the
Thank you,
Nas.
God, for my ass.
Yeah. He was the Nas with God-given ass.
Well, that was the thing, though. I always thought it said he was, and I thought it was some weird usage of the word finesse. I thought he was finessed. And then he said God given ass. And I'm thinking, I've always thought for years and years, the stupidly should have, the stupid Malcolm
Yeah,
says
yeah.
look it up. I was like, how that's really twisting stuff around to make it sound to rhyme, right? That sounded like something that, for someone like David Bowie to do that, I thought I thought I'm going to lose a little respect for him with this. So, and I see he was the Nas. So I meant to look up Nas before we got on Zoom to do this, but I didn't. But apparently that is not an English term. No, not an American term.
Okay.
Okay. Because I've never heard it used here in American English. And there's a Yardbird song called "The Nas Is Blue," or "Nas Are Blue." I don't even know if Nas is a plural or a singular,
Oh wow.
or both, like fish would be. But so I have to look up Nas. Someone's going to tell us in the comments.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah.
So you
But
boneheads, don't you know what Nas is?
but it definitely has its place though in that particular line. He was the Nas. Just sounds. It
It's apparently
sounds pretty
something
nasty.
cool.
Yes, sounds pretty nasty. Like if you're a Nas, you're okay. Um. Oh, and then that guitar intro.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was real cat. That's real catchy.
so can you tell me anything about that intro? I mean, I've heard it 5 million times, but it's so innovative. It was probably
Um,
even more so. I mean, probably even today. I mean, it just is different, and
well, I
it's got
think
that certain tone, certain sound. Like no, don't, no, no,
I
no,
don't know.
no,
I mean,
no,
I don't. I just
no.
know that Nick Ronson came up. I believe Nick Ronson came up with it, and that the critics usually cite that as one of the best parts of the song, amongst other things.
Well, not only the guitar though, mixed in with that is Bowie coming in with "Ooh yeah," and it like
Yeah.
almost just comes in almost like like a freaking comet. It just comes right in. That's so cool the way
The
they just
the production on this is great, isn't it?
yeah yeah yeah. Great song, like I said,
Absolutely. And
it's
this
timeless.
song really, when you think about it, I think the whole album's this way, but this song, as far as where it gets radio play and so on, it's really timeless. I think all Bowie stuff, it's really hard to pinpoint. Oh, that's from a certain era, unless it's got a real glam sound. But even then, glam rock itself, to me, never gets really a dated sound. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain that any further,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
obviously it's gonna be put in the category of 70s music, but still it sounds fresh every time. I guess that's what I mean.
and I guess by taking the step right now to say something here, I'm probably legitimizing what this guy was trying to do. Probably was just trolling and being whatever. But this guy in one of the Bowie songs, probably a few back, you know, we know that there are a lot of people who watch our channel are really happy that we're doing this whole beginning to end of this album.
Hmm.
And one of the songs, I forgot which one, guy came in and just said, I don't see how Bowie is relevant anymore. He's
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that was
people
surprising. That
and
was
a lot of like whoa, and people like sort of flocking or whatever, and it was like, yeah, just back off. I think he really wanted some sort of attention. But like, if anyone really
were they
truly,
like, get him? There he is.
well, he knows he's safely behind his computer, right? So he can just, but if there's someone who truly, really believes that you don't have to like Bowie, you don't have to be a Bowie fan. I don't know how much of a Bowie fan that I am, but get a record. I mean, well, you don't have to do anything, but then you're missing out. And I can't have the conversation with you if you think that he is not relevant today. If his
That's a
music, a lot of his music does not, uh, you know, still stay fresh and timeless like this song and some others, if you truly believe that, then, I don't know what else, there's really nothing else that you could say to that person, because, there's all this evidence. It's just listen to the music. Just listen to music, even like listen to his interviews. I mean, um,
no.
yeah,
Listen to
just
other people's.
everything.
You got to
Yeah,
listen to other people's interviews who cite Bowie as an influence,
yeah,
right? But on the other hand, who the person who said that, maybe they're listening to. Of course, they're listening to the kind of stuff we're listening to if they watch the channel, unless they just happen to come upon it. And I don't know what they're listening to. There's so much stuff out there that it's easy to miss something. I mean, I've been I've been made aware of things that I'm not even, I was previously unaware of that are maybe big in music that I just wasn't looking at those genres or subgenres,
Mm.
or there's a resurgence of a particular sound that I'm not aware of. And if they were to tell me, bring that on, tell me about that, I might say, yeah, that's irrelevant these days. I don't know. I might. I don't know. It's just it's the world of music is like this, and we're all looking at this or this or this, and that's our world. So it's really just a judgment call. You could say, yeah, it's really what's relevance anyway, right? How relevant do you have to be called you're relevant to today's music? Who knows? I could say that Delta blues music from the 1930s is relevant today. And so I'm sure lots of people would say, you're out of your mind, man.
Yeah.
And you know something? It is relevant today. It's gone through all the stages and all the
I appreciate that.
series of influences upon influences.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think that you probably maybe went a little too far.
It's easy to just say something off the cuff too.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that, I appreciate that, but to me, it's almost like going a little, really far to kind of like try to see that person's point of view. I mean, sometimes it's just,
I know. No, I get it.
There are certain, come on, man, certain artists, certain bands that just have, they put their mark on this planet, in the music world, and it will just take a long time, maybe never, to be wiped out, because some of the Beatles, the Stones, Led Zeppelin, Bowie, and just a lot of others, but Bowie, I mean, I gotta tell you, man, since his death, he probably is more relevant to me now than like, back then, and I'm being honest with that, because yeah, just because he's gone, but his music is still here. And the older that I get, the more open that I am to where, we talked about the bubbles, I'm out of it. And a lot of it wasn't really, kind of because I didn't like it. Just, you just kind of, you have certain time to go, oh, that really catches my ear, I'm going for that. And there's something else that maybe like, you don't really put a lot of time, you just,
you're not
and now I'm looking everywhere. Now I'm open to everything.
Also, you're not listening to music 24 hours a day, that's the thing, right? So there's just so much stuff. You're going to miss something. Unless you have a full-time job as a music critic or something, you're not listening to.
But that's the thing. I don't watch TV anymore now. I really don't. I mean,
that's where I'm getting my ideas for all these songs from.
Any free time, it's YouTube, it's music. It's this channel now, and it's just a more open. Yeah. But back to this. I mean, what can I say? The words I used before, timeless. I can listen to this another 1,000 times. It's just a great song, and it's not just him. You talk about Mick Ronson.
Oh yeah, the whole band. Yeah, all the Spiders from Mars.
Maybe in the next song we could talk a little bit more about the other performers in in that song. So I know we kind of
see what I put in my.
This one's probably like 25 minutes long already, but yeah, because we keep on bringing up the same guys. Of course Bowie and Ronson, but like who else?
Yeah.
Who else was playing?
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, we'll do that next one.
Maybe. I ain't promising anything.
So if anyone else is interested in that, well, you're gonna have to watch the next episode.
That's right. Keep wanting more.
Because I know that Suffragette City is really a bad song. All right, if I have to listen to Suffragette City just to find out who played behind there. All right. Yeah, go take us out.
Oh, I'm doing it. Okay.
Oh. Bye. Hit the good buttons. You want to take it out together? Hey, everyone.
Okay. We'll see you all next time on Into the Music.